Now, when we study, first of all, there is other dimension. If you're an atheist, this won't change anything. But I'm telling you that there is another dimension. In this dimension, there is creatures called at-taghut. These taghut creatures are related. I know it's a joke for many atheists, but this is not the case. Now, this is not the topic, which I'm just explaining to you. This taghut is connected to Satan, the devil. I didn't bring anything. The messengers, Muhammad is the final messenger. I understand why you hate Muhammad. For this particular reason, and other reason because he's explaining who you worship, another particular reason concerning that what you are calling it ideology or rules. It's not ideology. Rules that gonna protect humanity, and you are a result of a corrupted path and line. So it's not easy to accept that. I'm not defending Muhammad here. I'm just explaining truth here. Now listen, this is not the point, but I am explaining to you the facts about these dimensions. Satan, who is a divine creature, he have a kingdom. He inherited sin and wrath of God and curse, and he, based on certain things that happened before our existence here. This is spiritual. They call it spiritual. Is it? Humanity have inherited as well darkness, because the big guy Adam made a big mistake. Exactly like the mistake of people within this era who doesn't want to pray 5 times, who doesn't want to fast, who doesn't want to stop there is a lot of lies about the Messiah and about drinking. Just doesn't want to consider the drinking as a haram. Want to have relationship the way they want it, without these rules. Because this fruit is dragging them still. And they are just saying, and I'm sorry, but this is the cult here, or the background here in the West. Absolute infidelism. Of course, I believe in the Father, the Son, whatever. You understand me? Oh, I'm a Yehudi. Yes, Yehudi. He should be supported with his sister. Things it have nothing to do with the religion. Modern, yeah. Gay is right. Gay is right. Now, don't be, if you're a gay, don't have big problem. I have explained a lot. This is not concerning you. It's a big thing. But there will be some certain rules, open rules, what is good for humanity. Leave the rubbish, religion and things like that. I mean, here in Europe, there was a terrible, disgusting, freak history concerning the church. Sorry. And how they used the name of this Jesus. I understand now, but so the devil, this a taghut for the atheist. They can't do it. God says, do not obey him. Come close. Sujood in English is not bowing. God is saying, do this sujood and come close. For what the sujood? Is not for statues or stones in Kaaba. It's the center, any direction, if you're not sure. But it's a gathering, Kaaba near Jerusalem, or the city called Jerusalem, the Holy Land, yeah. It is our history since Noah. Insha'Allah, لا أزكي نفسي على Allah. In case if I am considered a good Muslim, believing accurately and perfectly on the creator of existence, Allah, and Muhammad, his final messenger, I am in the same group of those who were in the ark with Noah, peace be upon him. It's my group. I am in the same group with those with Abraham, who said, I accept what you're saying, and I understand that you're inspired through Gabriel and angels by Allah or Abraham. And I understand. So you're going there. Now there is a lot of rubbish here and there that you brought. That's why they said, Islam will never be our friend. Of course, Islam will never be your friend. Because you worship the devil. Of course. Definitely. But Islam didn't attack you. Because Muslims slept on it. If they didn't sleep on it, since 13th century, or 12th century, or 11th century, or 10th century, you would be open. Liberated. There wouldn't be any crusade attack from Europe at the 11th century, I think. But the Muslim, I want some slave ladies. Bring them from these places. Where you're bringing them from? There is some place for slaves, even in Europe. Bring them from Africa. Bring them from there. Where? Before Turkey was liberated by the Muslim. Go and buy me some beautiful, beautiful Turkish girl and thing. In Andalusia, bringing them from there and there. Understand me? And other, there is of course some darkness. But this is not the case. So Islam, of course, Islam will never be happy with what will create tribulation. Islam will never be happy with what will create pedophiling. Islam will never be happy with beheading children. Raping 1 woman in one day. It happened just last century in Europe, in Germany, in Eastern Europe, and in Korea, in China, in Japan, and other places, in India. Let's look at this time. Islam itself. You understand me? Other rules might have. I don't want to continue discussing this. So, no, this is not the topic. Still, I didn't start. So the devil is connected to these taghuts. Satan himself. Of course, there is Empearlisem, يعني صفوف الرابع الصف الثالث working. And how can I say it? If I have a machine, this machine is how can I make this is not good. If we have machine, human body machine, and the devil have did something in the first copy, Adam. He did some damage to Adam. Damage. And God said, you will not belong right now to heaven, and you should go to dunya. This will be a test, so that you would liberate yourself from this sin and darkness. Do not blame Adam. No, we're part of it. Do not let me start. You don't say, I didn't do this sin in heaven. You are part of it. You can't say it. If you understand the big picture, maybe I'll explain later. I have explained here and there. If you understand the big picture, I have explained, But I didn't start it. This is not the case. So you can't just blame Adam. You're part of it. This is how it is. And this is when I say this is how it is, and you didn't need to argue. No, it's not time to argue. You can think and use your mind and study what God have sent. But the case is, there is a harm that came to Adam, and it's a machine in this body of Adam, and God allowed it because Adam deserved to receive it. Listen, if I made mistake in my word, you blame yourself for using it. You understand? If you're not more knowledgeable than me or more smart, you will understand exactly what I'm trying to say. So Adam have this machine. Now every copy after Adam, concerning the souls and the barzakh and this dunya, which we need to seek glory, find happiness, watch out from those intruders to humanity, and infidel and disbelievers of those who are related to the taghut. وَلَا تُطِعْهُ وَاقْتَرِبْ. In the Constitution of Existence Quran. If you're an atheist, it's fine. Muhammad is giving us a solution. I didn't even start the topic that I want to explain about. Now listen. All copies after Adam until us, there is a machine. This is what we inherit. The devil is there. Yes, you choose. You have a key. Tick, 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 tick. Protect yourself from this taghut and be submitted in an absolute liberation, liberating yourself, an absolute way of liberating yourself to Allah. Otherwise, but still the taghut, you're not an angel or you're not a messenger. So the messenger is always protected, and there is certain things. You're not. We are at the era from Muhammad until the return of the Messiah. You worship the Antichrist? Good. You call him the big of earth? You call him the Antichrist. Don't dare, especially starting with those so-called Christians. There is no Christian right now, or Messiah, Messiah people, Messiah people, Messiah, except the Muslims. I'm doing my best, who believe that Muhammad is the final messenger. Others, they are an anti-godly, anti-Christian. I don't care if you don't believe me or don't accept what I'm trying to say. Let's keep it atheist way. Stop lying. your contradiction, you filthy kafirs. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. Let's continue. Don't delete this video. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, and this is not this is not resource. This is what Muhammad, the final messenger, have explained about. If there is a mistake, it's my mistake. You have the Quran and you have study things and the Hadith. Now the case is, you protect yourself from the Taghut. This Taghut, atheist Taghut, so-called Christian, so-called Jews, Shiism, atheism, democratic, liberated, nationalist, and things, nationalist, and capitalist, communist, loving things in a submission way, without recognizing that you need to do it. And God wants you to be happy. God wants you to love your wife or husband based on the rules. And children, your parents. He wants you to be in absolute love with them. And He wants them to return this love to you. And to be patient. Your neighbor, your 7th neighbor, your 14th neighbor. He wants a big family, big happiness. One army against the dark, which you as a so-called Christians with the cross represent. Which also you with this dimensional star, not David's star, represent darkness. Okay? God wants us to defeat this darkness, which I didn't start yet. And others, of course, so-called Shiite and other. See, I am harmed from you. Not all of you. I'm talking about the dirt that created the problems that we dealt with in the last century. Okay? And the so-called Shiite, so-called Hindus, so-called Buddhists, and the atheist, and the bad side of them. Now, this is not the case. The case is 12 minutes. I didn't even start. It's a small thing to say. Liberate yourself from this taghut. Liberate yourself from this taghut. Recognize this taghut. It's not easy, not hard. Here you are you're overcoming the sin and the darkness. Now you understand that you need to be, as a human being, above the figures. Again, they will say the crescent. What about the crescent? The Muslim crescent have nothing to do with Muhammad. Have nothing to do with Muhammad. It's just a house of worship. In the Arabian Peninsula, Mecca and Medina, we shouldn't have a crescent like the horn of the devil. This came from where? The external effects. It is just to the Muslim, because Islam is tolerance, all about tolerance. There is a group of people who worship the vagina. The 1st century after Muhammad, peace be upon him, the final messenger, and the second, but they vanished. Because they did some terrible things and their house of worship was closed. Once, story, confirmed one. I don't lie here. And I know how to good. And worse things happened. 14 men have raped a young girl. Very teenage age. This is how they worship the vagina that day. They kiss the vagina of a young girl. She sit on a chair, big chair or something like this. And they come below her and they start. And they raped her. And she was very young, in a cruel way. And they killed her. Then the Sultan have ordered to close this. Exactly like some so-called Hindus temples when the Mughal used to rule them there. This is not lies. You got no tolerance in Europe. No tolerance. Shit at that time. Okay? So in Islam it was tolerance. Not in the Arabian Peninsula, the way you want to impose yourself with dark. You so-called Hindus, of course so-called Hindus, but so-called Israelite, the Jews, and the so-called Christian. You filth questioning Allah in sending Muhammad the final messenger and imposing the house of worshipping Taghut. So the crescent is all about distinguishing between, if someone is saying, do this guy knows that he's harming us, Allahumma ameen. I worship Allah by making you feel the pain, because I want you to feel 1 out of 1,000 of the pain. 1 out of 1,000 of the pain that you caused to me. I'm not talking about any other person. After 2000 to 2005, from 2005 to 2010, from 2010 to 2015, 2015 to 2020. Oh, you're a good person, man or woman? I don't mean you. Oh, you do. I don't mean you. I mean the bad ones. Come on, you're the people of the book. Whatever, I'm sorry. No, if you're good, you're good. I respect all good people, okay? Deal with God later. It's not my case. Okay? I show you respect. You're a beautiful people. You are the people of the book. You are the Nasrani. I have explained it, the supporter of the Messiah. You are the Jewish respecter of the Torah. People of the book. No enforcement in the religion. And that's why the crescent was put after the Umayyads. Just to distinguish that this house of worship is for those who are all about light, submitted accurately and perfectly to the creator of existence. This is outside the Arabian Peninsula, because the confirmed instruction, you can't change this. Get out of the Arabian Peninsula. Don't do any act of worship except in one place, the synagogue of Allah. Not the synagogue of Satan predicted in the Torah, which is the synagogue of the Jews. No, we're talking about the masjid based on Muhammad teaching, not the so-called Shiite Hussein and torturing the children. May Allah be satisfied with Saddam Hussein when he used to torture some of those who wanted to torture the children. Shh. A lot of topics. Look how many minutes. It's therapy. Anyway, damn you. Go to destruction, you. Now, so the case is, cursed ones, if you're my enemies, unless. So this crescent is outside the Arabian Peninsula. This is a house worship of those who are what? Absolutely correctly submitted to the creator of existence, so that they would be in heaven. Okay? The other house of worship, we can put the star of the devil, the dimension. The Jews, those who insist calling themselves Jews use, or the cross of the filthy Roman Antichrist. You understand me? Or other things. We can understand. Hindus and things, other the so-called Shiite, they should do some other, they should put some sign. Maybe someone's slapping himself in his ass, or someone taking a small knife on the head of his child, like this, maybe any type of, to the so-called Shiite. Okay. If you're a good person, I don't mean to insult you. You're a nice person. You're lovely. There is verses of Quran explaining that I am not allowed to attack those who have nothing to do with. You're not obligated to do anything. Live your life. Just understand that there is a holy land for the Muslims. There is a certain rules in the Arabian Peninsula, and if you want to preach, leave those who are worshipping Allah, the creator of existence, and go and fix those who are worshipping the devil like you, and another dark group like your dark group. If you're not a Muslim. Okay, so demons. Did you understand? You need to let yourself. It is not an easy thing to liberate yourself and free yourself from this possessing طاغوت الذي يؤزهم أزا. The Quran, أز, not of course نكاح, يؤزكم. لا تعلمونهم الله يعلمهم. And there is an enemy behind them. You don't see them. You don't know them. Allah knows them. What? This is the Taghut. Or there is something. This is not the case. Go to hell. I want you all to be in hell. This is not my case. I want you all to continue. Wallahi. Just keep away from our area. You know what? I want you to be destroyed. Enemies all over the world. This is not a hate word. You are. Tariq. Thank you. What is the topic? The topic is the following term. Empearlism. Al-Empearliya. Destructive aim. What is the imperialistic? This is, wallahi, I didn't Today I had a discussion, okay, with myself, regardless of the source. Now this is how it is in English. Imperialistic, destructive, aim or goal. Who's behind it? It has something to do with what I am dealing with. Bad, and Allah protected me. Who's behind it? WEST, West. Hello, Zain. Of course, there is other dark group doing some bad, worse thing than the West in certain areas, less than the West in certain areas. They're all taking advantage of each other, but mainly they are taking advantage by the devil monitoring everything, by his favored nation, the West. Level A. Pigs, Gog Magog. Who's Gog Magog? Russian in the West. Who are Gog and Magog? If you're a Muslim, I apologize. I don't mean you. Peace be upon you. May Allah protect you. Keep away. Why? Because my case is unfortunately, and I'm admitting, filled with anger. See, it's not like your case. Inshallah, you are happy. Everyone is angry. Everyone faces a problem. But you are different. You're better than me. Go find some good Muslim like you. We're happy. May Allah make you live paradise in this dunya. And then reach the highest paradise after death. The heaven. After a wonderful life. A wonderful way. Transfer. Huh? So I'm not talking to you. Just put in your mind some certain things concerning the Arabic Peninsula, rules, things like that. Whatever. You're just doing great. No complaints against any Muslim white. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. He's gone. Go away. Let's continue. From where? From the West. Okay. Study these three words. Just study it. The motive. Study the motive behind inbred. Wallahi, no human talk to me. Jinn! Or maybe the devil himself. Or maybe I'm crazy imagining things. Not the case. Imperialistic. It can be outside the West, of course, but I'm talking about something came from the West. The word take advantage. Imperialistic, even the so-called Shiite are taking advantage. Yep, in Iran. Imperialistic, destructive, aim, goal. This is how I translate it. To destroy the Sharia laws. To destroy his culture. He said it by the mouth. Maybe before 4 years I have even put a video. Until now, in one or another. Destructive, destruction, his lifestyle, the way they look to their women. Well, if you're talking about a rapist in the Saudi jail, oh, I should be in a bow to fix this. Not now, I'm tired now. People who are good should be there to deal with, not you. This, which is since centuries, this imperialistic, destructive goal is saying this is a taghut, wallahi, connected to things, is saying the following when I ask God, this is not about you. أسأله الله هذا قدامكم. I ask him his forgiveness and protection. I didn't choose this. So I go and I ask this creature. It's not something you need to recognize and sense directly. You. He said, that's exactly لحظة. This Taghut creature is exactly the creature. Now listen to this. If you're interested, I don't care. It's a therapy. I'm saying the truth. He answered me. And Allah is my witness. Allah, I never talked to Allah. I saw a small dream about Allah when I was young. It's something in my right and something in my left. And I'm not in a human body. And there is something talking to me. This is the dream. But it might be from the devil. You never know. And he's saying you should be saved. you will be and there is some promises, another promise, that you will be protected and you will be saved. Not this protected in this flesh life, but you will be granted salvation and to be saved. This is Allah. It might not. Now I didn't talk to her. Never accept this one. Can't be from the devil. I mean, I was very young, nice, with hopes and things, before 15 years old. Now this is not the case. But the case is, this creature answered me himself. The center of it, creep block. Nobody. What did he say? I don't know, there are too many faces, but what did he say? I made this? No, there is no making this. I imagined this. And this is fact. But I either imagined this or talked to this creature. Regardless, this is the truth. What did he say? He said, it's me who will order your imprisonment before long time. In 2017 or 16, 17, 18, 19, if you were there. It's not easy for him to do it here, because there's certain rules. Oh, shoes, minute. Believing me or not believing me, it's not the case. It's not the case. It's a fact. This imperialistic, destructive aim or goal is by the network of reason, by analyzing analysis, by seeing things hidden and obvious. This creep, destructive, dark machine, which so many among you, if you're my enemy, even if you are just watching, are connected to this, enslaved, or walking or moving toward what the devil wants to do by this machine. Not me, you. That's you. Many. I assure you, more than 90% on this planet. Not me. This doesn't make me an angel or a high-class human. I'm just a human. Okay? Not me, you. This machine, the West, is a big center of it. Just to explain to you that this West is a big, filthy problem. Terrible. Monkeys are, except the Muslims, of